Ethan had always lived in the shadows of his own doubts. He was talented, hardworking, and full of ideas, but one thing held him back. He didn't believe in himself. Every time an opportunity appeared, a voice inside his head whispered, "You're not good enough." And so, Ethan stepped aside while others moved forward. One day, Ethan's company announced a competition to present a new project idea. The winner would lead the project and receive a major promotion. Ethan had a brilliant idea, one he had been quietly improving for months. But fear wrapped around his confidence. He almost decided not to participate. That evening, Ethan visited his old mentor, Mr. Harris. After listening patiently, Mr. Harris said something that changed everything. Talent means nothing if you don't trust yourself. The world doesn't discover you, you introduce yourself to the world. Those words stayed with Ethan. For the first time, he realized that waiting for confidence to appear was pointless. Confidence was something he had to choose. The next morning, with trembling hands but a determined heart, Ethan submitted his proposal. During the presentation, his voice shook at first, but he kept going. He spoke honestly, passionately, and with belief in his vision. Something unexpected happened. The fear slowly faded, replaced by confidence. A week later, Ethan received the news. His project was selected. But the real victory wasn't the promotion. It was the moment Ethan understood that believing in himself had unlocked a power he always had but never used. From that day on, Ethan still felt fear, but he no longer let it decide his future. He learned that self-belief doesn't mean you'll never fail. It means you'll never quit on yourself, and that made all the difference. Ethan's success became a turning point, but not the end of his journey. As he stepped into his new role, challenges came faster than praise. The project faced tight deadlines, team conflicts, and unexpected failures. There were nights when Ethan sat alone in the office, staring at his screen, feeling the old doubts trying to return. The voice whispered again, maybe this was a mistake. But this time, Ethan responded differently. He remembered what belief had already given him, the courage to start. Instead of running away, he leaned in. He asked questions, learned from mistakes, and listened to his team. When things went wrong, he didn't blame himself or others. He focused on solutions. Slowly, his team began to trust him, not because he had all the answers, but because he believed they could find them together. Months later, the project launched successfully. It didn't just perform well, it exceeded expectations. Colleagues who once overlooked Ethan now sought his advice. Yet what mattered most was invisible to everyone else. Ethan no longer needed approval to feel confident. One evening, as he walked home after a long day, Ethan smiled. He realized something powerful. Believing in yourself doesn't remove obstacles. It gives you the strength to face them. It doesn't guarantee success. It guarantees growth. Ethan had once waited for permission to believe in himself. Now he understood that self-belief is a decision, one you must make every single day. And with that belief, there was no limit to how far he could go. As time passed, Ethan's life changed in ways he had never imagined. Not because the world became easier, but because he became stronger from within. He understood one final truth. Believing in yourself does not mean being perfect or fearless. It means trusting yourself even when you are scared, even when you fail, even when no one else believes in you. Ethan remembered the version of himself who stayed silent, who stepped back, who waited for confidence to arrive. That version of him still existed, but it no longer controlled his decisions. Standing before a new team one day, Ethan shared his story. He told them, "I didn't succeed because I was the best. I succeeded because I stopped doubting my own worth." At that moment, he realized the real power of self-belief. It turns fear into courage. It turns failure into learning. It turns ordinary people into leaders. The story of Ethan teaches us a simple but powerful lesson. When you believe in yourself, you give your dreams permission to live. And that is how the journey truly ends. Not with success, not with praise, but with a person who finally trusts himself. Because once you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you.